Okay, good evening, everyone. Well, tonight we're going to talk about hands that fit and how we can describe the different kinds of shapes. So we're going to start with hand number 4. I'm going to share the screen with you and go on to hand number 4. Oh my gosh, look what happened. We'll have to start again. It just went off. Just bear with me. As I'm on, it just went off. I'll share it now. Okay, hand number 4 is coming up. All right, so let's talk about the bidding. West has a perfect preempt of 3 spades. It shows a 7-card spade suit and not much else. So we shouldn't have much defense for a preempt. Otherwise, we'd be too good. And North has the perfect takeout double. I'm short in spades, and I can take any suit you bid. In order to double at the 3 level, you need to have at least 15 high card points. You cannot come in with a weaker hand because you're forcing your partner to the 4 level. Now, there's a rule about preempts, and there's two different situations. The one is that when your partner makes a preempt and you have 4 trumps with partner, or 3 trumps with partner over 3. It's 4 trumps over a weak 2, or 3 trumps over a preempt showing 7. We should always block out the opponent with another bid and bid 4 spades on this hand. You're not bidding it to make. You are bidding it because you know that between you have 11 spades. You cannot pass 3 spades doubled with 4 trumps and 1 defensive trick. You've got to bid to push them around, everybody. You must do it. You must do it. And it's the same goes for a week 2. If your partner opens a week 2 and it goes double and you have 4 trumps and you're in this situation where you're all vulnerable, you should bid 4 immediately, knowing we have 10 trumps between us. And now what is South going to bid? Well, South's not going to be pushed around much longer. And South knows that we have to do something. So bids 5 hearts. Partner guarantees you at least 3 hearts. We don't guarantee 4. And then we're done. We're out of the bidding. No more bidding. Remember that. A preempt's done their job. You've done your job. And now you just sit back and let them try and make 5 hearts, everybody. So we're going to get the lead of the king of spades. And the first thing we have to look at is the following. In the heart suit, if they do not break, we're going to lose 1 heart trick. In the spades, we're not losing any. In the diamonds, we're not losing any. But we have definitely 2 club losers. And we're at the 5 level. We have a problem. Because if the hearts don't break, we cannot lose 2 club tricks and lose a heart. We're going to go 1 down. So this is how we're going to play the hand, everybody. The master hand is the one with the long trumps. I always say that before I play, which is the hand I want to make the good hand. We'll win the ace of spades. And I want to talk about that 3 of spades play. That 3 of spades by partner is called a suit preference signal. When you see a singleton in the dummy, if your partner threw the jack of spades away on the ace, partner would want a diamond. It's called a suit preference signal. There are two other suits outside the trump suit. The lowest one asks for a club, if ever partner ever got in. But let's not despair. We're going to play the king of hearts because when there's a preempt, there may be an honor singleton on the west, and then we would finesse. Sometimes it works. When there's a preempt, I usually take my left-hand opponent, that preempt, to be short. And if a singleton queen dropped or a jack, I would never take it for a doubleton. I would play it as the line of restricted choice, and I've created a finesse. But it didn't work on this hand. But when there's a preempt, be very careful where you play your cards. Always think if there's a preempt, they're usually short in your suit. You're going to play another heart. Pray that it drops, but you know it's not going to happen. And now there's a good heart out. Well, one thing is for sure. We're leaving out the good heart. And this is what we have to do. Now, it's called an end play. How do we strip the suits that they can play the clubs for us? We're going to run off every single diamond. King of diamonds. Queen of diamonds. Another diamond. And don't rough it. There's no rush. It doesn't help to rough it because that's a master trump. You would like to draw two trumps with one. So don't rush. You can throw away a spade. You know your partner opened 3 spades. And now you're going to play the ace of diamonds and you're not going to rush. Throw the spade away. And now we've set up the stage for an end play. How are we going to touch these clubs, everyone? First of all, we always play second hand low. So if we did play the 5 of clubs, nobody would put in the ace second hand and give them the king and the queen. That would be a disaster. Aces are meant to capture faces. So we are not going to touch the club suit. We're going to throw them in with the heart. Give it to them. You can afford it now. And now what are they going to do? They're in trouble. If they play the jack of spades, the important thing is where do we do the discard? And I've seen this mistake happen many, many times. That is called a ruff and a discard if we play the jack. If we play the ace of clubs, they lose 1 club trick. Going to make the king and the queen. So let's say for argument's sake, you play the jack of spades. And I want to talk about a ruff and a discard. You must write it down, everybody. Never discard a card from the long suit. Always discard a card from the short side first. So what you would do is you throw away the 2 of clubs and you would trump it in the dummy. Now, I have a lot of students that do it the other way around. Look what happens here. Now, we're only going to lose 1 club trick, the ace. But if you do this, and this is what my students do, and it's really very common. I don't want you to do that. They're not even looking as to how to take a ruff and a discard. So what do? They trump it here. And then they discard a club in the dummy. Well, that didn't help you to get rid of a loser. There were 4 in the dummy. I don't want that ever happening again. So let's go back. Remember, write it down. When it comes to a ruff and a discard, always discard from the shorter side first. You throw away the 2 of clubs. And you ruff here. And now, all you have to do is play the 5 of clubs. And now it's not going to matter. If they take the ace, you'll make the queen. And if they don't take the ace, you'll use 1 club trick. And we will make 5 hearts. And that's called an end play, everybody. stripping the suits, throwing them in. If they rough the diamond, they're still end played. I mean, whatever happens, they end played. But a lot of people don't know how to do an end play. Are there any questions on this hand, everybody? It's a really good lesson for all of you. We have a fit, we must bid at the 5 level. If we've got a fit, we must bid at the 5 level. Any other questions? None? Everybody's happy? All right. I hope they all made 5 hearts. Maybe not. Let's look at hand number 7. The dealer has got a no trump shape and enough points to open 1 no trump. 4, 4, 3, 2. So we open 1 no trump and it goes past. And now there is a rule in bridge over 1 no trump that if you have a 5 card major or a 6 card minor and less than enough points to invite partner to game, you must always transfer to the 5 card major and to the 6 card minor. Because if you had to pass 1 no trump, South may take 3 tricks, 4 tricks, maybe 5 at the most, but you're never making 1 no trump. They could take 3 aces and 2 spades, and that's it. You're going to make 5 tricks. So we need to transfer. Now, there are 2 ways of transferring. I only teach one way, but I do know other teachers teach it another way. I bid 2 spades. 2 spades by North says, please bid 3 clubs partner. And it should be alerted over here. Okay. That's what it should be. That's what it means. East passes. South has to bid 3 clubs because we don't know what partner's doing. Pass by West. And now you bid 3 diamonds to play. That is to play, everybody. And I know it's played from the wrong side. Now, there are other teachers that teach the following. They play 2 spades for clubs and 3 clubs for diamonds. I don't teach that. But if you want to play it that way, that's entirely up to you.
So the advantage of doing it that way is it keeps the strong hand as declarer, right?
Yes, but let's talk about why 3 clubs why we should never use it. Because when you start playing a lot of duplicate bridge or lots of competition bridge, 3 clubs is a very valuable tool over 1 no trump. And that comes up 10 times more often than a diamond suit. So if you had to look at the percentages, you're better off to keep 3 clubs for these other conventions.
Okay.
And rather do 2 spades to 3 clubs and then bid 3 diamonds to play. Percentage-wise, it's very rare that you're going to land up with 6 diamonds. But the other one, I use a lot. 3 clubs is used for many, many styles of bridge. Some people use 3 clubs over 1 no trump for 5-5, weak in the minors. Others use it for puppet stamen. So you want to keep that 3 clubs for something else, not just for this kind of hand. Because this kind of hand will not come up that often. Are there any questions on a transfer? That is never forcing to game. It says partner, that's where I am playing. Partner is not allowed to bid again. These are drop dead bids. And the lead is the King of Hearts. Tell me, are there any questions before we carry on? If you want to not play duplicate bridge and you want to play social bridge, I don't mind if you want to play 3 clubs as a transfer to diamonds. But when you get into duplicate bridge, you need to have a lot more arsenals in your convention card to be able to use 3 clubs for something else. That's
Linda,
entirely up to you. Yes.
yeah, question. If North had a 6-card diamond suit with a much stronger hand, I assume they wouldn't transfer to diamonds. They'd want to play in no trump, right?
Exactly, 100%. I play 1 no trump, 3 no, definitely. You're going to look for no trump. You're not going to look for minors.
So if North had a 10-point hand with a 6-card diamond suit,
No,
just jump straight to,
if North's got ace king to 6 diamonds, you
yeah,
might want to go for 3 no trump, even with
yeah,
7 points. So
yeah,
you'd never mention minors. You just go for it and hope you can
yeah,
take those tricks.
makes
But
sense.
now we're having a look at losers, which is the master hand. And the master hand is the north hand. So when we look at the north hand and we see the situation, we start counting our losers from the north hand. And looking at the diamond suit, we have 2 losers, the ace and the king. In the spades, we have none. We've got the ace. In the hearts, we've got 1. So we've got 2 losers. So that's 2 diamonds and 2 hearts. That's 4. And in the clubs, we've still got 2 losers. That's 6. That means we'll be 2 under. We don't want to go down 2. So what we're going to do, because we're not in control of the diamond suit, is we're going to learn about giving up tricks to make tricks, everybody. In the money world, we spend money to make money. And in the bridge world, we give up tricks to make tricks. And this is how we're going to play the hand. Ace of hearts. Never lose a singleton to an ace. Always take that ace. That is a trick. A trick is a trick. Now you have what's called a roughing finesse. That queen, jack, 10 can give you 2 extra tricks if you now play the queen. Now let's talk about it. You play the queen. If they cover, which they will, you're going to trump it. Okay? I'm going to do it both ways. Now, we can't draw the children off the streets. We're looking at 2 heart losers, 2 club losers. We better take insurance while we can now and start working on it. But we are still in control of the club suit, but that doesn't help us very much, does it? We've always got 2 heart losers. Remember, we've got a fast loser in the hearts. That ace is called a fast loser. No matter what happens, it's a fast loser. So now what you want to do on this hand, because they could put up the king, okay? We're going to now have to get to dummy to get rid of it. Now we could use the jack 10 of spades to get rid of the club. Our club is in control. So once the club is in control, I don't care if they cash their hearts. Let's just try and draw trumps. We're going to play it 2 ways. I'm going to show you how to do it 2 ways. And they're going to come back a heart, right? And what you don't see, you don't play, correct? What you don't see, you don't play. So you've got 2 choices. You can play the king of diamonds, or you can play a club. Let's say you don't play the king of diamonds, but you don't want them to rough anything. Let's say you play a club. Take your ace of clubs now while you're in control. And now you've developed 2 beautiful tricks for yourself. The jack of spades is 1, throw the club away. And the 10 of spades is another, throw the other club away. And now you don't rough for nothing. Remember, that doesn't exist. We are setting up the north hand. I never want to see you rough for nothing. All we need to do is draw the children off the streets. 9 of diamonds. All right, put up the 10. In case they duck the king. And then the rest are yours. And you're going to make 3 diamonds. But I'm going to go back to one more situation. 3 diamonds makes now. It's very easy. Let's go back and pretend that the king of spades is in the east hand. And that's what I want to do now, everybody. It doesn't always come up that way. This is really important for you to watch. The king was very nice. It came up very beautiful. All right, let's get to the king of spades. Let's pretend the king of spades is in the east hand. And look what happens over here. They don't put up the king. Now, we play the queen of spades, and the king doesn't come up. We're not sure where the king is. We're prepared to give up a trick to gain 2 tricks. We're not going to rough it because we want to set up the jack and the 10. So we throw away the heart, which is a loser anyway. It's a quick loser. Throw the heart away on the queen. There you go. And let's say they win this trick with the king. Now when they come the heart, it doesn't matter. We're back to the same situation. You would throw the heart away, not the club away, because the hearts are quick losers. Throw the heart away. And if they win the king in the east, your jack 10 are tricks. And that's how you would play the hand, everybody. Are there any questions? That was a loser on a loser. Are there any questions? A roughing finesse, looking for the king of spades. That heart was a loser. So throw it away, and then your jack 10 are good. Any questions? No other questions? Okay, everyone's happy. No one asks questions anymore. All right. I'm looking. No one asked. All right, we'll go to number 11. We'll get to number 11. Okay. Pass by south. 1 spade by west. Now, it's wrong to double when you've got a lovely heart suit. And I don't think you would want to, on this particular hand, double and then come in hearts later if they preempt you out. You really want the lead of a heart. So when you've got a good heart suit like that, you should bid 2 hearts. It promises a 6-card suit and 2 honors, or a 5-card suit and 3 honors. And now what is East bid? East has the law on their side. It's called the weak freak. I've got no defense against hearts. I've got 10 trumps between my partner and myself, and I'm going to block them out completely to 4 spades now. If you had a better hand, you would never bid 4 spades. You would cue bid 3 hearts. The cue bid of 3 hearts shows 10 points or better. 4 spades is preemptive. Are there any questions about this bidding? This is the style of bridge today. Anytime you have 10 or better, you cue bid the overcalled suit, 3 hearts. Anytime you have less, you can bid 3 spades with 4 trumps and 4 spades with 5 trumps. Any questions on the bidding? Any questions? Everyone must not be scared to bid. You've got 10 trumps between you. All right. We're going to leave The ace of hearts, ace from ace king. I wish some of you would ask me questions. All right, the long trumps. We've got the same amount, but the hand we really want to set up is the one with the ace, queen, jack. So looking at the heart suit, we have two losers. In the spades, we have one. In the clubs, we have one. And in the diamonds, we've got two losers. We don't need aces from spaces, everybody. We have got to lose two losers on this hand, because an honor is supposed to capture an honor. We do not play aces and give them the king and give them the queen. So let's see how we go here. I don't see any future in anything else. Looking at all my points in the north hand, we will just continue the queen of hearts. We don't mind if they rough it. Okay? Now we really want to get to dummy, to take a spade finesse. But let's look at the club suit, everybody. If we play the queen of clubs and north covers with the king, we're going to make this hand. Why would north cover when there's only two in the dummy? You can't gain, because if you cover, look what will happen on this hand. You play the queen, you want to induce them to cover, and they do cover, and they shouldn't cover. Then you play the 10. What happened here? It's not going. Or the jack? Who won the last trick? Oh, sorry. The ace went on the king. Okay, you're in the dummy. Now you want to draw trumps. So you're going to play the 10 of spades, hoping that the king will come up or not come up and stay in the dummy. But the king comes up. Once the king comes up, we've already eliminated one loser. Then we'll take out the last child running around. And now you're going to take the jack of clubs. And on the 10 of clubs, you're going to throw away one diamond. And now how many diamonds do you lose? Only the ace, and you make the hand. So let's go back to not covering an honor with an honor when dummies only got two. It's wrong to cover. Now we can never make the hand because we set up that 10 of clubs to give a diamond discard. So let's look what happens when we do not cover. If you had a doubleton king, I understand, but not when you've got three. There's no reason to cover whatsoever. Then you don't get the discard. Now we're going to lose two diamond tricks no matter what happens. If we go back and you don't cover that king, it's senseless to cover with three. Play low, and they'll play low, and they'll win the queen. Then they'll play the 10, and you play low, and now you win the ace. Then you're going to finesse the spade, exactly the same way. And now your jack of clubs isn't a trick anymore. So you have to play the diamonds yourself. And let's talk about second hand low, everybody. Second hand low, we do not get undressed at the first opportunity. No ways. You're going to play now the 2 of diamonds. You can play towards the queen. If you take that ace, they're going to make the king, and they're going to make the queen, and they're going to make the hand. Second hand low, everybody. Put up the queen. and it wins a trick. Come back a diamond. And never put up the king. Never. Because we know where the ace is. You play what's called the line of restricted choice. Let's hope that that ace is a doubleton. But it's not to be. And now you're going to go down. Now you're going to go down. So everything hinges on this hand is covering that club with the king of clubs. Because you were told, cover an honor with an honor, but not when there's two in the dummy. Any questions, everybody? Any questions? Nothing? Wow. Everyone must be really happy with all their bridge. I'm so used to so many questions. All right. Let's get on to number 12. Not one. All right.
Linda?
Yes. Oh, great. Let's hear something.
Well, when you said odd questions, I thought, well, here I go. I always ask odd questions.
No, I love questions. Tell me.
So when you say always play second hand low, does that mean when you're declaring and you're in charge of the hand? Like
no,
you...
declarer never played. Declarer's got nothing to do with second hand low. It's a defensive mechanism. Declarer does not ever have to play second hand low because you're playing out the hand. So second hand low never applies to declarer ever in bridge. It only applies to the defenders. Sometimes we do have to put up an ace, especially if we've got a long suit and we might never see it again. So it all depends on the bidding and it depends how many you have. So second hand low does not apply to declarer ever in bridge. You've got to work out where you want to be, in which hand to do your job.
Linda?
Yes.
Did you say you always cover an honor with an honor?
There are many situations when you do not cover an honor with an honor.
Okay.
Now, if you don't see the card behind it, you do cover an honor with an honor to promote a trick for your partner. But on this particular hand, being a doubleton, the king is still going to be a trick. So it doesn't help to cover an honor with an honor being two cards. But if you do not see the card behind it and there are three cards, you must cover to promote for partner. So there are always exceptions to cover an honor with an honor. And I did do that lesson on covering an honor with an honor. If you look it up in YouTube, you'll see there is a lesson on when to cover an honor with an honor. So there's no hard and fast rule about that. But if you do not see the card behind it, you should cover, but not today's hand. Today's was only two cards. So we knew the king could still hold up. Okay? Does that help you? No? Until we play, right? When you play, it might help you.
Sorry, I unmuted myself. Now that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Linda, I have
Yes.
a question. I am a new player and I don't really understand sacrifices, but if you go down in four spades, is that better than having your opponents make four hearts?
Always.
Okay.
It depends also on the vulnerability, and it depends on how much you want to go down. Now, one thing I do advocate, I do not sacrifice when we are all not vulnerable. I never sacrifice, ever.
Okay, so this hand, you wouldn't be sacrificing, you would be bidding to play, but you go down.
But I could go 3 down, which is more than what they would make at 400, 420.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not sacrifice or not vulnerable. I just don't do it because it's too expensive. If I go 3 down doubled, it's 500 when they could only make 420. So that's the time I do not sacrifice. I'm very careful about that.
Okay, I guess I just don't really understand the sacrifice thing. I'll have to look
Well, if
that
you
up.
understand the scoring situation, then you'll know when you should be sacrificing.
Okay,
Because it's the scoring that you're not sure whether they're going to make it or they're not. Sometimes you make a phantom sacrifice, and that's why I taught you about the cubit. The cubit of the overcalled suit gives partner a very good idea, and this is important, as to whether he has defense or no defense. So by bidding 4 spades over 1 spade and the overcalled 2 hearts, and you bid 4 spades, you're telling partner, I have no defense. So partner knows immediately that if they ever go to the 5 level, don't double them because partner told you they're weak. But if you cubit 1 spade, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, that shows defense. So that if they ever get to the 5 level, you can double them. And that's why the cubit is new and it's taken over today. The cubit of the overcalled suit shows 10 high card points or better and a fit in your partner's suit. It's very important because that's what helps you to make a sacrifice or a double.
Would you
Do
say
we
that
sacrifice
again?
or do we double?
Could you repeat
Let's
that?
go over that again. If they open a spade and the opposition bid 2 hearts, and you jump to 4 spades, it is not an opening hand, it's a very weak hand. It's called the weak freak. But if you have 10 points or better, you can have any amount of points, and you have a fit in spades, we play that the cubit of the overcalled suit shows a fit in opener suit, 3 cards or more, and 10 high card points or better. So that if ever they come to sacrifice, your partner now knows the difference between the weak freak and one where you've got values. The cubit shows the values, the preempt shows no values. So we need to differentiate between the one with weakness and the one with values. And the only way we can do it is by the cubit of the overcalled suit. We need to do some more hands on that. We did a lot of cubiting last year, but we need to do some more. I'll speak to them. Does that help you? No. Until you play? No. Right?
it helps a bit. I'll have to look more up on
It
that.
helps a little bit, okay? But we've got to differentiate with one when we've got defense and one when we've got no defense, so that we could know whether we should sacrifice or whether we should double them. That's what's so important. When to double them, when to sacrifice. And you don't know if you do not have a system to show that you have defense. That's why we cannot always have 1 spade, 2 hearts, 4 spades one time. It's an opening hand, and 1 spade, 2 hearts, 4 spades is a weak hand. We've got to be able to tell the difference between the two. So we all write that down. The cubit of the overcalled suit shows 10 points and a fit in opener suit. And if
That's great, Linda. Thank you.
I hope that helps. All right, let's get on. Number 12. Okay, I'm trying to see who opens the biddings. I think we're going to have to open this hand 1 no trump. 1 no trump. We have to open 1 no trump. 4 3 3 3. Pass by north. And looking at the east hand, you have what's called the perfect garbage stamen. What is garbage stamen? It's a hand where you've got a void or a singleton in clubs, and you're happy to pass anything that partner bids after you bid stamen. 2 clubs. Now listen, South does not know that. For all intents and purposes, we think you've got lots of points. So South will pass 2 clubs. And now when West bids 2 diamonds, I do not have a 4-card major. You're going to pass as fast as you can, and you get into the most beautiful contract of 2 diamonds. Now, we do not guarantee 4-4 in the majors. You may have a singleton club and have 3 spades. You may have a singleton club and maybe only have 3 hearts. But this hand is useless opposite 1 no trump. This way, if you play in one of the suits, you can trump. And it'll bring in extra tricks. And this is called garbage stamen. You're allowed to do it with 0 points in your hand. It's a great way to land up making tricks from nothing. Don't ever pass no trump with a singleton. No 5-card major, of course. Or avoiding clubs, and be happy to just pass anything partner bids. Any questions? Garbage stamen. A lot of you have never heard of it, I know. But it's really a very good bid. Any questions before we proceed?
Yes, what if your opponent bid clubs? And so you
mean
couldn't
if the
come in?
right hand, you mean then you're off the hook.
Okay,
You're off the hook. You don't have to bid. It's when the right hand, the right hand doesn't bid, you've got to do it now. You do
okay,
it now.
thank you.
All right, so what's going to happen is they're going to lead the Queen of Clubs, the top of a sequence. And I want you to know that Queen Jack 9 is considered a full sequence when you're missing just the 10. There is no 4th highest. The same as Jack 10-8 is considered a full sequence. We leave the Jack from Jack 10-8. So Queen Jack 9, we leave the Queen. It's considered a full sequence. And now we have to look at our losers. In the diamond suit, we're losing the ace. Hopefully the diamonds break. In the spade suit, now this is where the problem comes in. Which is the master hand? When we play bridge, 1 hand becomes the master hand, only 1. And the master hand is the one with the long trumps. Well, if we trump this club trick, by the time they win their tricks, we're going to lose total control of this whole hand, and we're going to be roughing and have no trumps left. So we've got to learn to give up a trick to control the club suit. We don't want to lose control of the club suit. But let's look at the losers. We've got 3 spade losers. We have 1 diamond is 4, and 1 heart is 5. I'm happy to do that. Let's see how we can go. Give this to them. I don't care. I don't want to rough this club. I need to control the hand. Give them the spade. They'll take the ace. Now you're in control. Whatever happens, you are in control. They can't come back a spade, and I'll tell you why they can't come back a spade. When you see the Jack 9 in dummy, and you have the Queen and the 10, you are sitting over those 2 cards. Those are very important. You are never touching that spade suit. You'll come back a club or a trump. I don't mind which you come back. I would come back a trump, not a club. And now you have to make a decision if you want to put in the king or you want to play low. It doesn't matter what you do. Let's say they do that. And you're going to come back a trump. We're trying to stop them from roughing. Now we're in total control. We still got 1 more trump out, but I'm never going to give up and worry about that yet. Let's go slowly. Let's get that trump out of the way because we've only got to lose 1 heart trick. And look what we do with the clubs. So let's get the last child off the streets. We could never have made all these tricks if we left 1 no trump. Not in a million years. Okay, now we take the king of clubs. And now you throw away a spade, everybody. It was a loser. So at least we got rid of 1 loser. We had 3 spade losers, everyone. We had 3 spade losers. We gave up a trick to make a trick. So this way we don't have to lose 3, okay? Now we've got a spade loser and we've got a heart loser. There are no more trumps out. You're never roughing clubs for nothing ever again. We're now going to play the high card from the short side first, Queen of Hearts, and give them the ace. Well, now you've got to come back a spade. I don't think you can help yourself. And they'll come back another spade. And then dummy is good. The rest is yours. And now you made that over trick. Why? Because we gave up a trick to make a trick, everyone. That club gave us that extra trick. How was that? Any more questions on this hand? You can't always just rough. Got to think of getting control of a hand, and you will lose total control if we had to rough the club.
So I've got a question. So give up a trick to make a trick. So
Correct.
that becomes a wash rather than losing 2 tricks.
Three. We have 3 spade losers.
3. So you gave up 1 to make 2?
Correct.
Okay,
To
Thank
make one.
you.
We gave up 1 to make 1.
make 1.
So instead of losing 3 spades, we only lost 2 now because we developed the king of clubs as a trick.
Okay.
And
That's
that's very many, there are many hands where you sometimes have to do that. And it gives us an extra chance to develop those over tricks. Sometimes you've got to give up a trick to make a trick. Are there any other hands you'd like to discuss before we retire?
Hand 5, just the bidding, please.
Okay, hand 5, just the bidding. Okay. Someone wrote a nice note. I appreciate that. And somebody wrote another very nice note. Thank you. Hand number 5. Let me get it for you. Just the bidding. Good.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm gonna try to get it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, bye.
All right. Here's hand number 5. I don't know hand number 5. We want to just do the bidding. North is the dealer. On hand number 5. Let's look at it. I don't open 4-3-3-3 with 1 defensive trick. I would pass this hand every day of the week. I'm never opening that hand. I'm not opening the east hand either. I'm passing. I don't want to open this hand either because it's a distortion of my hand with rebids. So opening a club and partner bids a heart or a spade, I don't have a rebid. If my partner bid a heart, I haven't got a rebid. I can't bid 2 clubs. I can't bid 2 diamonds. 2 clubs would show 6 clubs. 2 diamonds jumping over my suit would show 17 points. And I can't bid a no trump with 2 baby spades. So I'm passing that hand, and now it's up to this hand to decide whether we should open. We have 10 high card points, and now you have to make a decision. You've got a good heart suit, and you have 1.5 quick tricks. You're not vulnerable. So not vulnerable against vulnerable, I'm entitled, I'm inclined to open the hand. I'm inclined to open. If you don't open, we're passing out the whole hand. So what happened with you? Did you open or not open?
I was south. We passed. West bid 1 heart.
Okay, that's what I was going to suggest. 1 heart, right?
East bid 1 spade.
Why
And
would
then-
East stop right here now? One of the biggest mistakes in bridge, when you are a passed hand, is never deny a fit with a fit, everybody. The minute you are past hand and you bid a new suit, you are denying heart support and you're telling partner, I've got my own suit, partner, I don't like your suit. This is part of past hand bidding. You should never bid a new suit once you are past hand. You should show your hand that you have a fit and you're interested. So how did the bidding proceed after one spade? They passed.
Everybody passed after that.
Right. They passed one spade.
Yes.
Passed one spade. Well, let's look at the heart fit. You've got almost an opening hand opposite an opening hand, almost. And that's why people play a convention called Drury. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, but it's when you open in third or fourth seat when partners are past hand, whether you opened light or not. It's a convention. It's one of the most forgotten conventions in bridge. If you had to tell me about conventions, out of all the conventions in bridge, Drury, D-R-U-R-Y, is the most forgotten convention in bridge. Most people never remember it. On this hand, I'm inclined to be very excited. I might bid 3 hearts on this hand. I would bid 3 hearts.
Linda, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, just what you said a moment ago about you do not bid another major. So in this
Never.
case, West opens 1 heart. You're not going to a higher level. I mean, say there wasn't an intervening bid. You wouldn't bid 1 spade with a 5-card spade suit in this situation?
No, I've got a heart fit. Why would I ever want to deny a fit with a fit? Never.
Yeah.
Don't forget that when you are past hand, your partner doesn't have to bid again, and that's exactly what happened. You should never
Okay,
bid
only because you passed before you.
Correct. Past hand bidding is very, very important.
Okay.
And I did a whole chapter on past hand bidding. You cannot deny a fit with a fit. Bidding a spade says, I don't have 3 hearts with you, partner, so it's very wrong.
Okay.
Bid a spade.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's very logical if you think about it. It's very logical, right? All right, somebody wants to do the bidding on hand number 3. Is that okay? Everyone happy with that bidding? Don't ever, when you're past hand, bid a new suit, please, please, please. If you fit, show the fit. Hand number 3. We'll do the bidding.
Linda, so that hand would end up in 3 hearts, is that?
Yes, he's going to pass for sure.
Okay, thank you.
What?
And how does hearts go? You're losing 1 club trick. You have to guess the diamond.
So Linda,
Wait,
on
how
this
does the
hand,
bidding go?
On this hand, on number 5,
Yeah.
3 hearts. Because I've got, I want to tell partner, I've got just under an opening hand, I've got a medium invitational hand.
Okay.
so Linda, if there wasn't a fit with the hearts, they would bid 1 spade.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay,
No
thanks.
fit, I bid a suit. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
yeah.
No doubt. Some people might even bid 4 hearts on this hand. They might bid 4 hearts. It requires a bit of luck on this hand. It does, but that's entirely up to you. Okay? They may bid 4 hearts. And they may make 4 hearts too. But easily, they may make 4 hearts. It all depends on defense. Second hand, low. We need a few entries to dummy. We could do it, but you've got to get rid of the clubs. You might have to lose 2 heart tricks. It all depends how you play. All right, so let's put on number 3 and let's look at the bidding. Okay. Let's see what happens here on number 3. Okay. I don't know number 3. How many points have we got? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. It goes past by south. And now this is a hand where you have 11 high card points and 2 suits. I am inclined to open this hand 1. I don't like to open a weak 2 on this hand with a 2 suited hand. I know we don't have the high card points, but I've got 11 and a very good 6 card heart suit. Some people may open 2 hearts on the hand. So let's do it from 2 points of view. Let's start on 2 hearts first. A lot of people love to get open 2 hearts in any 6 card major. So I don't know what happened with you. Now, if they open 2 hearts, 2 spades is not a weak hand. 2 spades is competing as if they'd open 1 heart. And it would go pass over here. And now, what is this hand going to do over 2 spades? Are we going to bid 2 no trump to say, partner, I don't have 3 spades with you, but I've got a heart stopper and I have a couple of values and you have to make the decision whether you're going to bid again or not. But if partner bids, don't forget partner's a passed hand. So you have to make the decision if you want to bid 2 no trump and say, I've got hearts. You must tell me what the people did at the table. It's going to go pass. And now this hand is knowing South has passed originally, may just bid 3 spades to play. And that's to play. I've got a 6 card suit and I want to play in 3 spades. That's what I would do. How did the bidding go? Whoever asked me, can you tell me how the bidding went, please?
But I can't remember, but I think I think I was South and I think I should have gone 2 no trump like you did. And I think it could make 3 no trump. That's what I think.
Yeah, but I'm not a result player. It does make 3 no just because, well, how do you get backwards and forwards? The spades don't break. So you've got 3 spade tricks.
True.
I've got what we did.
Oh yeah, could you tell us?
Yeah, I've got it. South passed, West 1 heart, North, yeah. North was 1 spade, East passed, 2 diamonds in the South.
No. Never, ever. Bid a suit, a new suit when your partner's overcalled a suit. That is not lead directing and telling partner, you know, partner, I don't like your suit. I like my suit. Lead my suit. My suit's better than your suit. This would be a disaster. So, can you imagine partner leading the king of diamonds? And they're giving them the ace and the queen? When you put your own suit after partner's overcalled, you are telling partner, I don't like your suit. Just make sure you lead my suit. My suit's better than your suit. So the only bid to make on this hand, if they opened a heart, which I would have done, and they overcalled a spade, is to bid 1 no trump and see what happens. Show the heart stopper. That's what I would bid. I don't fit. I go slow. I've got a singleton in partner suit. I've got a heart stopper. I've got stoppers in the other suits. You'll never see me overcall any suit jack high as long as I play this game, ever. All my overcalls are lead directing. They guarantee at least 2 of the top 3 or 4 honors.
So we ended up in 2 spades and we did make it.
Well, you got lucky because you know what? Normally I just pass. If my partner bids her own suit, she's telling me I don't like your suit, I prefer mine. But you happen to have a very good spade suit, so you are going to bid 2 spades on this hand. But one day you won't have a good spade suit, and you may only have a 5 card spade suit. And if I had 5 spades, I would pass 2 diamonds. I've got King Doubleton, that's good. Partner shows a 6 card suit, at least 2 honors. I would pass 2 diamonds if I had a 5 card spade suit.
Okay.
So just remember, overcalls are for leads. They are not to necessarily buy the contract. You will never see me overcall a suit jack high. Never. In all my years.
That's great tip. Great tip.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Thank you
at
for
least
that.
we learn. We there to learn. We never mastered this game, but at least we can learn.
Definitely learn. Thank you so much, Linda.
All right. I hope you all had a good time. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Thank you, Linda.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you on Thursday.
What is the topic on Thursday?
The topic on Thursday, I think, is when we don't fit. Let me look. I'll tell you now. Yes, we do not fit. Hands
Okay.
when we don't fit. Tonight we did hands that we do fit. Okay?
Thank you.